Hey children, good evening. This is again the Friday story time. Today we are going to hear about God's presence, seeing God everywhere. God's presence, seeing God everywhere. The text is coming from Genesis 45 verses 1 to 15. In the Bible, the first book in the Old Testament is the Genesis book and chapter 45 verses 1 to 15. What would you do if you were Joseph? That's today's question. Joseph, you will remember, started out as a very blessed boy. He was his father's favorite son. He received a wonderful gift of a coat of many colors, and he had a gift both for having great dreams and being able to know what they meant. Then things changed. His own brothers sold him as a slave. He was falsely accused of something by his boss's wife. He spent time in prison, and people for whom he had done favors forgot all about him. One day Joseph was sitting in prison, and within a few hours he was standing before Pharaoh, being put in charge of the whole land of Egypt. Years later, Joseph got a surprise visit from his brothers. He had the chance to get even with them. He could have had them thrown in jail, but he chose to forgive them. Why? Joseph had another skill besides interpreting dreams. He could see God could take bad situations and make them good. Because Joseph was a leader in Egypt, he would be able to help many people who were suffering from a famine. He told his brothers, "It was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you." And he was right. Joseph was a very blessed boy with some remarkable gifts. His greatest gift, though, was looking at the bad things that happened to him and seeing how God could use him to do good. What would you do if you were Joseph? As a Christian, you can look at the things that happen to you and see God at work in everything and see Him everywhere. You can trust Him to be with you and turn difficult situations around even in a day. Today's memory verse is Genesis 45:7. Genesis 45:7. But God sent me ahead of you to save your lives by a great deliverance. But God sent me ahead of you to save your lives by a great deliverance. Dear children, can we pray to God that we will be like Joseph, seeing God everywhere and in every life events? Yes, we need to do that. Okay, children, see you next Friday. Till then, smile for Jesus and be happy. Take care. Bye-bye.